All right. This time we're just gonna record it and upload it. It's fine. It's one of those
Ooh.
weeks. Welcome to Destination Divergence. Hello, hello.
Oh,
Last time y'all entered Dalcor, the region of dreams. Finally, what has been led up to for quite some time now in this campaign. This is, as we referred to before the session started, basically Nakarat's homeland, more or less. Not where he grew up, but where most of his memories have taken place, as his hoary spirit that is bound to him has spent most of its time here, and got some memories of other previously bound people to the spirit as well, but lots and lots of dreams for the most part. Upon entering this place, you were rapidly flung through several dreams in sequence. Some made more sense than others. Some were pretty chill, pretty calm. Some were a little less so. And you finally ended up in I guess I should describe as well. You all sort of inhabited the same body during most of these dreams. Not necessarily in control, but feeling as though you were. Slightly disassociated, but all experiencing the same experiences. None of you were in direct control of what was going on. You know, things like you're at a bar ordering drinks in one of the dreams, or you're terrified of something in another, on a battleground, things like that. We eventually ended up in a dream where you all started out experiencing the frustration and rage of a farmer who was just looking over a field of destroyed crops and just letting out his anger against his other possessions, smashing windows, breaking tools, whatever he possibly could do to just release some of this rage that was inside him. And after not too long, you all realized you were in a dream. You had that moment of lucidity, and you were able to manifest yourselves into the dream instead of just experiencing these things through the eyes of the dreamer. As explained last time, this was due to mostly the warping influence of the Kori growing stronger. So many of the previous dreams you experienced were very strong emotions in one way or another, but they didn't appear to be warped in any way. They were natural dreams, and as such, they didn't have any sort of psychic footholds for you to grab onto or step on in order to place yourselves into those dreams. But finally, you've been getting closer and closer towards the center of Dalcor, where the Kori influence has grown stronger. And this is the first dream where you all manifested. Though some of you manifested in more sane ways than others. But it all worked out in the end. You arrived at this farmhouse. Clemens turned into Clementine, the who was the actual farmer himself. Faye turned into Big Walt. Some others of you were hearing things or compelled to say things or repeat things, but you were all there. And you were having a discussion about what was going on in the stream and how it was so strange and stuff, when suddenly Catalina walked through a door. Wandered around a little bit,
yeah.
seemed a little lost, seemed a little out of place, was looking for some flowers, things like that. And eventually, once the conversation was a bit awkward, and a few of you were getting a bit aggressive, and she didn't know what the fuck was up with that, she left back into the house she came from. And it was at that moment that after that spark of anger arose in a few of you, whether you were already angry, like in the case of Clementine, or the anger bubbled up after seeing Catalina, this person you've had so many negative experiences with in the past, that you were each found to have one of these Kori on your back, a specific kind of Kori that feeds off of anger. Wouldn't you know it, in the dream you were in. And so you did battle. You pretty handily destroyed all of them, I must say. It was not a close fight at all. There was a few sketchy things here and there, but you got through it. I don't think anyone's very hurt. I think there's like a few people that had a bit of chip damage, or or maybe 40 hit points down or so, but not too bad.
Clemens
Now,
was pretty hurt and then got a big fat heal.
right, that makes sense. Yeah, there was you re-experienced a pain from the future. Actually, a memory of your future pain was revealed to you, which was like drowning in a vat of extremely potent acid, is what Clemens experienced in her mind, and that caused psychic pain. Yeah, and then I think you wrapped up that combat, did a little bit of healing here and there, and I think that was mostly it so far. Is that correct? Or am I forgetting something that happened after combat?
That sounds about right.
All right.
Yeah, I think that was about it.
My memory sucks. So.
All right. Very good. So, you're all still in that place. I won't load up that map because it's a big map and it'll take a minute and it's very complicated, and Foundry will hate me if I switch maps too many times. But you're all still at that farmhouse. You're still, doing whatever you're doing there. Wandering around, talking to each other. Dross probably went back to chopping wood again because he's stuck in Smash Bros mode with the hammer over his head, just constantly doing that one swinging motion. Yeah, exactly. When all of a sudden the world around you from the edges starts to grow dark. It was already kind of dark. There was a storm overhead that was raining on you. And so there was that darkness just at the edges, but now it's like a physical wall of darkness that shrinks in around you. As the dreamer is waking up, this dream is coming to an end. This circle on all sides of you closes in faster and faster, and before you have a chance to really react too much, it catches up with you, and you are all left in just the darkness. And now I get to roll for which dream you experience next. Perfect. I would like everybody to make me a charisma saving throw.
Ugh.
Sorry, was it a charisma saving throw or a wisdom saving throw last time? I think it was a
Aw.
wisdom saving throw.
Aw.
Okay.
Right? Yes,
one
I'm pretty
point
sure it was a
better.
wisdom saving throw.
That
Where
wisdom
was the
saving.
charisma?
Yeah, the wisdom saving throw. Exactly. Thank you. And yes, you all were hit with foresight, and not all of you, but those who have foresight, feel free to add that in.
And I'm going to add +4 from Arcane Deflection if I fail.
Okay.
I do not have access to Big Walt. So Big Walt will need to
yes,
roll.
thank you. I will do that real quick. Big Walt, and also if somebody could run Leroy, that would be appreciated. I know several people have access. Big Walt, configure permissions. There you go. You should now have
Thank
ownership
you.
of Big Walt. Nick, could you take care of Leroy's sheet?
Sure.
Thank you, thank you.
Pull that up. Leroy does need a wisdom save still.
Indeed.
And did Leroy
I believe Leroy hit himself
Foresight
with
then?
foresight, yes.
Okay,
I
that's what I
think
thought.
so. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
So let's go down the list. Clemens, you said you added to yours how much?
It's +4.
+4. Did anyone else modify their rolls?
No.
Okay. So let's go down the list. Nakarth passed. Clemens failed. Everyone else failed. Nakarth is the only one to have passed. So same thing as last time. If y'all could bring up the Dream Trait rollable table from Foundry on the rollable table tab. And just, if you failed, go ahead and roll one of those. And see what you get.
Does our first one end?
Your first one ends, yes.
Oh, thank God that buzzing noise is over.
This is a little
What-
ironic, in all
What do you
honesty.
mean it's over? No, I hear it.
Change the setting the DM has said.
All right.
So, quick clarification.
Yes.
Does mine just mean that, like, at any point I just say that we're in a different dream?
Not in a different dream, but sort of you can take control of the current dream and just decide you're all in a different place now, if that makes sense. You
Is
sort of...
Jordan breaking up for anybody?
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
he was very robotic for me too.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You're talking like twice as fast as normal too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like 2x speed over here.
Yeah, something's not right.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but is it fine now? Is it still the same?
Jesus.
Yeah, you're still going
like-
insane.
It's
I
Jordan
imagine this is what
Among Us.
Leroy sounds like.
We just do we want to leave? Any better?
Nope.
Oh no!
No,
No!
Try again.
Well, now I just can't hear you.
Yeah.
I hope Jordan isn't trying to speak.
Let's see.
I can see your light lighting up, Jordan, but I cannot hear you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try something.
Oh.
Could hear you that time, but you were still robot speedy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Speedy Leroy. It's me. Huh? I'm probably
Just try this.
That works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably quieter, but hopefully
Yes.
that's,
Just a little.
at least
.com.
yes, indeed. Okay. So we'll roll with that then. I don't know why that kicked in so randomly. Let's see. Let's go on the list and see. See the second thing's what we already guessed. Okay. So everyone's got their thing in mind. That's right. So clarification on the ones that some things may give you permission to do something that is on the DM side of things normally. In these cases here, it's not like you can say, "Hey, we're in the Forgotten Realms now." It's more like you can change the dream that you're in. You'll still be in the dreamlands. You'll still be in a dream, and there are certain things about the dream that will change, and you usually only have access to one thing at a time. But if you can change the setting of the dream, the tone of the dream might not change. For example, if the dream is a happy dream, you might be able to shift it from an amusement park to I don't know. I guess it's still an amusement park with fantasy stuff. But you know what I mean? You might be able to change it from the middle of a busy city to suddenly on a ship in the ocean, but it would still be the same tone or things like that.
Makes sense.
Interesting.
Yes, so you might have stuff like that. Yeah, and if we do so, this will get complicated with maps and stuff. And so if things need to change because of maps, we'll just go to theater of mind and see the maps from there. But we'll work that out as we get to it. So the next dream you're in is just darkness again. The darkness is all around you and everywhere. And none of you have manifested yet. You're all still experiencing things from the same place, the same position, the same perspective. All experiencing the same things together as you are synchronized with the dreamer themselves. The dreamer is in dark. You cannot see the walls of the room they're in. The floor is indistinct. You can't tell if you're standing on stone bricks or a flat surface of dirt or anything. It just looks like darkness beneath you, but you can feel the solid surface beneath your feet. There is a flickering light up above you, allowing you just a little bit of vision in a circle around you. It's constantly swelling in and out as this invisible flame overhead flickers in and out and just does what flames do. It's not a very stable light, but you can't see the flame itself. It's a weird sensation. The dream does not focus on this. Instead, the dream focuses on what is just beyond the edge of the light in the darkness around you. You occasionally see a grotesque face poke out of the darkness to whisper things at you. Then another behind you, a hand clasps on your shoulder, but when you spin around, nothing is there. The faces whisper things to you about knowing what you have done, knowing what you are, that you cannot get away with this, laughing comes in slight delays from each other in different pitches. Spaces continue this display around you with increasing intensity and increasing speed until the dreamer is overwhelmed and falls to the floor, covering their ears with both hands and just crying into the darkness beneath them. And then you all manifest, splitting off from the dreamer. Did anyone turn into a different character? Don't see that in here.
Yeah, it
I
looks
will
like Dross did.
I will
Neither
play
of
as
me
a
did.
different character.
Okay, trust. We'll just say you become the dreamer then. You are extremely guilty and afraid, and you're currently just crying into the floor. But you still maintain all of your other statistics, and you can describe what your character is.
Oh, I have to come up with a character right now?
Yeah, you
You
do.
don't have to necessarily come up with a name or anything. Just
Ah.
a physical description would be the first thing. And the one thing that's blocked in there is you are afraid of and saddened by the display all around you. This dream has come from this character's mind, after all. Their own dreams are tormenting them.
I will be a super jacked gnome in the middle of a burned down house.
Okay. Interesting. So, let us pop over here. You are all in dark. There is the flickering light above. And we'll say, yeah, those of you that have dark vision, especially, or true sight beyond a decent range, can see that beyond the darkness lies this burned down house that was the gnome's place. But those of you that have dark vision can only see what's in the light around you. Once you have all manifested, the faces have stopped appearing, but you still hear occasional giggles beyond the edge of the light. And again, those of you with rather good dark vision actually can't see anything, but some of you have true sight. Is that right?
Yep.
Leroy does. How far is the cards?
Passively 10 feet or 60 feet. Hold on, let me. Those are quite big differences.
Those are quite big differences. I think Leroy's is pretty long, but either way. Looks like Leroy's is 30 feet. You have on your senses listed true sight 15 feet.
Oh, okay.
That might be it. Okay.
All right, passively out to 15 feet. Yeah. While Astrovis is active, detect magic and one. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, 15 feet. That's
Okay,
it.
so we'll say yeah, 15 feet makes sense. So between you and Leroy, you can see all around you pretty well. You can see that these faces that were darting in and out of the darkness are indeed a whole like swarm of quarry all around you. Much less powerful than the ones you saw previously. These ones appear to be manipulators from the shadows, and they are very obviously, as you can tell, I'm not going to make you roll for it, quarry that manipulate feelings of fear and guilt, as is evidenced by the dream around you. And so it makes sense why there would be a lot of them here.
Yep.
As you look at them, Nakarth, do you make any effort to, because these things think they're hidden from you, right? As you look at them, do you make any effort to hide your glances from them, or are you just gonna like try and lock eyes with one? Like, what's your kind of?
I'm gonna look vaguely disgusted at them.
Okay. So
Not even gonna hide that.
you make it known that you were aware of them and you were disappointed, disgusted by them. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So once you look in one direction and have
Oh yeah, 120 feet.
120 feet. So it's a little guy over there, little squirmy quarry, much smaller than the one you saw previously. This might be one of the smallest ones you've ever seen, but there's a bunch of them here, not just. So he will look at you and I hiss at you, and the giggling stops, and he starts clicking all his pinchers together, and the other quarry around start to look over and then look at Nikarth. They
Yep.
are not happy that you have revealed their game. What are you guys doing?
So Clemens has no dark vision. Am I able to see these things at all?
Only when they dart into the light occasionally,
Okay.
which is very brief. But to you, they would not appear to be quarry. They would appear to be basically just like floating eyes and mouths looking very wicked, just like glowing through the darkness.
I mean, that looks spooky enough to attack to me.
Alright. Let's go ahead and roll initiative then. Let me pop you all into the combat tracker. And I should warn you of one other thing for this combat, which I'll reveal now. These squares that I have highlighted with that template are considered to be in the light. Something bad may happen
Gotcha.
if you step out of the light.
We're delving.
There we go. I just realized my character had my old dark vision on it. So I have removed that from my token and my character.
That works.
Because I took off the robe.
These guys are no longer. Since part of the party is recite, I'll just reveal them. They are outside the range of some of your dark visions, or if you don't have any dark vision, they're outside of the light. But the rest of you can see them at least as spectral, otherworldly entities, even if you can't see their true forms. So I'll just reveal their positions. Let's see. I need Ross and Leroy to roll initiative still.
That would both be me.
Thank you. So the Jack, Gnome, and Leroy. Let's see. Leroy begins combat with the natural 20.
Alright.
There you go.
Fucking wild.
Now I gotta read through his spell list again, man.
Fair.
Ooh, what's something I could do to buff the group?
Synaptic static?
Synaptostato?
Cast darkness. Leroy's gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
Which
Yeah, so you gotta pick a 20.
hold on, I gotta turn these down, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, sorry.
How can I place this? Can I only place it on corners?
So I had to look this up recently. In 5th edition, cube-shaped templates, you always have to lock to the grid. Other templates, you always place on corners, never in the middle of a square, which I thought was interesting. But, yeah. That's apparently just buried in the rules somewhere, but yeah. So a cube, you don't place on a corner. You have to, like, fill the squares with it, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Or rather, if it's a 10-foot cube, right, that means it fills exactly 2 by 2 square, right? So it does.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't get to like shift it 5 feet and get extra squares in each direction and stuff.
Like that.
Yes, that would be a 20-foot cube, exactly. Yep.
All right, I'll hit those two then.
All right. So with that, they both need to make dexterity saving throws. That is a 21 and a 14. DC 20, so left one passes, right one fails. Right one sheds 10 foot of dim light. Right? Did that work?
Yep.
Can people like
Leroy.
Clements see that one now? It looks like it.
Yes.
Excellent. I will mark that one as radioactive, sure. So, you all have advantage against the radioactive one, and he is providing light to those near him. He seems very displeased to be coated in this light. He's sort of scratching at himself with his claws, trying to get the glitter out. It's, you can't get the glitter out. It's never coming out. Anything else Leroy's going to do?
Leroy does not have bonus actions and has nowhere to teleport.
All right.
So that's going to be it.
All right. This Corey on the side here is going to dive in to Carrick.
Oh,
make-
fuck me.
Some attacks. Fuck you, why?
Because I hate possession, and I'm the only one that can resist it.
Well,
Not
first
really,
this thing is
but-
going to make some pincer attacks. That is... Okay, let me just do that. A 20 to hit. Against Carrick.
23. That will miss, actually.
Okay, that's a miss. It's going to roll again.
Just barely.
There we go. It's going to roll again, so that's a 25.
Actually, I guess I technically would not have had Blade Song up yet, so that will hit.
Okay, well, the first one was actually a 20. I think you misheard. Maybe my mic was doing it.
Oh, it was actually a 20, then never mind.
Yeah, 20. The second one is a 25, though.
That will hit.
Okay. So, you're going to take 9 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, you know what? Without Blade Song, I'm sorry, 20 would hit.
20 would hit. Okay, so I'll roll damage again. So a total of 21. That's another 12 damage.
Okay.
He's going to try and hit one more time. That's a 21, so that's another hit. For 6 more bludgeoning damage. And you are grappled. As he grabs your shoulder with one of his pincers and just tries to drag you into the darkness. Can you make me an athletics check?
Oh, Jesus. I don't know if this is worse than possession or not yet. This is terrible.
Oh, I see it there. I'm sorry. I totally missed that. 23 is higher than in his check. He rolled a 19. So he's pulling you, trying to get you into the darkness, but he's so far unable to. But that's your current situation. It is Big Walt's turn.
I think Big Walt is going to drop Fireball. Are sorcery points calculated automatically, or
They're
do I
not,
need to?
Unfortunately.
Okay.
The formula is the tier of the spell plus the level of the spell. So if it's a basic fireball, that would be tier 2 plus level 3 is 5.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'll spend 5.
Alright, so you're able to get a few of them in there. Dex saves, 4 of them. Fail. Natural 1. Just barely a fail. And a fail. All 4 fail.
Nice.
Alright, for 28 fire damage, I will apply that uniformly. Bloop.
And I don't know if Faye would normally do anything with bonus action. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
Last turn.
Fair enough. Alright, this next one down here is going to come up to Clements and make some attacks. 15, I assume, is a miss.
That is a miss.
14. And another 15. Wow, 3 whiffs. Unlucky.
Oof. I'll be paying for it later, I'm sure.
I guess so. This next one is going to try and get Eli. Oh, natural 2? That's just definitely not going to hit. Oh, that might hit. 24, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. I was just double checking. I didn't know that Eli's got up his sleeve these days. A 19.
All right, 19. To hit or
19
damage?
to hit. Sorry, yes, 19 to hit.
That hits. Yes.
That hits. Okay. That will be total of 14 points of bludgeoning damage. And you are grappled as well. We should probably mark these just so I don't forget who is grappled and who is not. Bloop.
Quick question.
Bloop. Yes.
Does Leroy still have the shield that gives allies plus AC?
Yes. So, allies within a certain range of Leroy get plus 2 AC. That is correct.
10
Thank you
feet.
for remembering. Yeah, you should all probably. I think Eli and Carrick might not be within a 10-foot area normally.
Okay.
This would be 10 feet around. I guess that would be 5 feet, so it would be 10 feet from the edge of Leroy. Would be slightly longer. Yeah. So we'll make that a. That doesn't seem right either. I'm pretty sure it would basically. We'll just say everybody has it. Fuck it. Let's make it easy. All of you, if you stay in this little cube here, you've all got it.
Thank you.
Nice.
Bonus to AC.
Plus 2
Plus
bonus to
2.
AC.
Okay, so that 19 didn't hit.
Yeah, it's partial cover whenever people aren't near Leroy. Is how that works. Okay, so the 19 didn't hit. So you can go ahead and subtract 8 points of damage.
Okay.
You are still grappled though, because the first one still hit you. And he's going to attempt to pull you out into the darkness. Can you make me an athletics check?
Oh boy.
You rolled a natural one. You don't have to worry too bad. Unless you also roll super low. Yeah, you're fine. So he's trying to drag you into the darkness, but you just plant your feet and you're scrabbling backwards like, no, no. And you're fine for now. We are up to
Eli
Carrick's
going,
turn.
you ain't getting me to no secondary location.
All right, my turn.
Yes, it is Carrick's turn.
I will use my bonus action to Blade Song, and then I will start swinging.
Go for it. Yes, that hits. Sheesh. Another hit.
All right, and that is my turn.
All right. Carrick said, I'm not stuck here with you. You're stuck here with me, to this one that's grappling him. Cool. This next one here is going to try and pull the jacked gnome who's crying on the floor. So, that's... Ooh, only a 13 to hit. Sheesh. 21 to hit? Drost?
I'm just at 21 with
That
the
is a hit.
bonus.
All right. And a 19 to hit, so that'll be a miss. So that is just 13 points of damage. That'll roll a little higher.
Oop.
And you're grappled. Athletics
Oop.
check, which he's definitely not going to make, but let's roll it anyways. You could roll like a natural 20 or something.
These are just little guys.
Well, 21 total. Ah, okay, yeah. He tries to pull the jacked gnome, who is surprisingly dense. So, like, he grabs him and just goes to lift, and it's like somebody trying to lift Thor's hammer, right? It just doesn't budge. He's just, huh? What the fuck is going on? Just this little gnome. Nope. It looks very puzzled, despite its terrifying appearance. Milos, you're up. You may be muted or something.
I'm muted like a dummy. I'm gonna look around for a moment to attempt to judge the situation, then like try and swat at something buzzing near my ear, that isn't there, and then reach towards Clements to give her haste.
Ah, nice.
Thank you. That gives me 1 additional attack per turn, is that correct?
Yes,
And plus
and
2
plus
AC.
2 AC.
Thank you. Good grief. My
And
AC is
double movement
currently
speed.
25.
That's what matters here. Sheesh.
And for my bonus action, I'll have Neko use Force Empowered Rend.
All right.
20 to hit
That is a hit.
for 9 force damage.
Bonk.
And that is all.
All right. Clements.
All right. Clemens is going to cast Shocking Grasp on the quarry who's right here.
All right. Very shocking.
Does a 28 hit?
Yes. That's
Take a
pretty good
step
roll.
here. Blam with guidance. Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
This is minus the extra damage, so this should only be 11. Yes, only 11.
All right.
Going to not spend any spell slots on this, gonna just make another attack. And that should be 9 damage, and I will spend a spell slot on this. Plus 11 lightning, and pass turn.
All right. That one, the arrow sinks into it, the lightning damage crackles across it, and then it sort of collapses into itself, like into the hole made by the arrow, and disappears. The others look around at the now missing Corey, then back at you all, and just begin to shriek. And this first one is actually just going to continue to shriek. There's this loud, piercing scream that makes you all almost want to just cover your ears for a second if you weren't in just live combat and clashing blades with claws and stuff at the moment. And what happens is not anything that happens to any of you. No, no, no. Instead, the light begins to dim,
Oh shit.
which does indeed slightly reduce the distance of the circle. And what is considered in the light. Next, Corey is going to see. It sees the top 3 of you there are grappled. So it is going to swoop all the way down here, which technically gives Eli an attack of opportunity if Eli so desires. I don't know if you have a melee weapon for that, but if you do, you can totally do that. Or not. Up to you.
You muted Eli.
I think I can hit things with my dulcimer, yeah?
I think so.
Yeah, so I'll just give him a bonk.
Bonk.
26!
Alright, yeah, you hit it. Alright. 11 bludgeoning. Bonk. It's going to try and attack Faye. So Big Walt. Sorry, well, I guess not Big Walt anymore. And Faye could technically remain to be Big Walt. We did establish
I think
this.
Faye would remain
Wait.
Big Walt.
That one's grappling me. Does it not, like, drag me with him?
The one grappling you is up to your left. This other one went
shit.
by you.
I
south.
don't even see it, sorry.
Oh yeah, it's out of the light now. The light went dim. So you're being grappled by something you can't even really see anymore, except for its claw just reaching out of the darkness.
Oh, great.
Okay, so this one has gotten down. It's trying to attack Faye. That is a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, I'm just gonna roll all 3 attacks here. Ooh, and
Does that include the +2 from Leroy?
That includes the +2.
Okay, just checking.
And
Thank you for
19?
checking. That will hit.
Okay, 2 hits. Total of 22 bludgeoning.
All right.
And Faye is also grappled. Can you roll me an athletics check, please? All right. 14. It rolled a 15. What do you know?
Oh no.
So it is going to pull Faye out
Yeah.
into the light, into the darkness. Faye gets dragged across the floor. Faye is going to need to make a wisdom saving throw, please. Alright, Faye is now afraid of the darkness. There's a lot of that all around. Additionally, Faye can feel the influence of the darkness beginning to like press on her from all around, and you imagine if Faye remains in the darkness, there will be continual consequences. So it's not somewhere you want to be for long, but it has no other effect at this moment in time. All right, this one is going to rush up to Clemens is right here on the edge. That's an 11. Shit, a 12?
That will not hit.
It's gonna roll one eventually. This is crazy. 20?
Nope.
Damn. All right. Whiff, whiff, whiff. As it tries to get you, but it cannot. That will pass its turn. Eli, you are up. You're being grappled by something out in the darkness that you cannot see.
I would like to try and escape my grapple.
All right. Athletics or acrobatics, your choice. I think you have advantage because of a feat, right?
I do.
Sweet. 27 is more than enough. You pry yourself free from the claw.
Alright. I scramble back a little bit, and then look around for my friends. And I start to strum my dulcimer to cast Bardic Inspiration, and he opens his mouth, and nothing comes out. And Eli is confused, and
right.
I'm gonna pass my turn because all of my spells are verbal.
Oh no! You also used your action to break out, anyways.
That too, but
yeah.
like Bardic Inspiration, also verbal.
Yeah, also verbal. That's very true. Unfortunate for Eli.
Yeah.
All right. This one here is going to try and grab Leroy, which will probably be very futile because Leroy has ridiculous AC. 22. 17. 23.
Nick.
23, 20. Yeah, okay, those are all misses. Cool.
What?
Just check a sheet real quick.
You're controlling Leroy, right?
Yeah, what about?
I was
Oh,
checking
it's-
hits on him. It's fine.
He was. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was someone else.
Nope.
25 for Leroy's AC.
Yeah, so it all missed. It ran up and did 3 whiffs. It's great. So these guys are starting to realize that some of you, they're not going to be able to attack very much in the future. All right, this one. Is going to run down here and try to grab Neko. That is a 17 to hit, a 24 to hit, and a 20 to hit.
Those will all hit.
All right. Oof. Uh, 35 total damage on that. I rolled very high that time.
All right.
And grappled. And athletics check, so it's going to try and pull Neko out into the darkness. Alright, it rolled a 21. It's going to pull Neko out. Boop, boop. Is Neko immune to fear?
No, surprisingly.
That is surprising. Okay, so wisdom save against fear.
All right.
Oh no, okay, well, Neko is now frightened, and again, some negative stuff will happen. Oops, I did not mean to clear all. What else was there? Grappled and frightened. There we go. Negative stuff will continue to happen to Neko if they remain in the darkness. Drost, the jacked gnome. You are grappled, crying on the floor, and trying to be pulled into the darkness, but they're not budging you even an inch. What are you doing?
I've got a mechanics question.
Indeed.
I had, because of our little time spent in hell, I got a little bit of fiery stuff. The flames that coat me
Yes.
when I giant smite. That has a light shed built into it.
Yep.
But it's quite a bit.
Okay.
It's 30 feet of bright light and an additional 30 feet of dim light.
All right. Fair enough. Pretty bright.
Is that a concern, or can I just do that?
If you have if somebody casts the light spell, I'd allow it to. So I don't see any reason not to.
All right. In that case,
It
I
won't
will...
count as light, just like the other light from the dude who's emitting light down by Clemens is emitting light. This won't count for remaining in the light for the purposes of the mechanic here, but you'll allow your allies to see at least, yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna giant smite to start.
All right.
I don't know if I have room to grow.
I don't think you have room to grow just because of your allies around you, technically. So.
All right, so I'll stay gnome-sized.
You just become more jacked.
Yep, just a little heftier.
Excellent.
And I guess the gnome will get up, still sniffling. He's got a mace and a shield and cleric's robes on, and he's just gonna swing away.
All right, go for it.
It appears that this place he's crying in might be a burned down monastery.
Oh, okay.
Alright. I'm gonna attack the dude that's touching me.
Makes sense. Oh, and you said 30-30 for the light?
Yeah.
Alright. Boom. Let there be light.
Nothing changed for me. 2,
Holy shit!
3, 4.
Okay, all hit.
Do, 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 do.
You're about to pancake this thing. Holy.
I could do some quick maths. Six. I feel like this was my last roll too.
Yeah, I think something like this. 3 hits and a crit. Surprisingly lives through it. We'll say, you know what though, these things technically have 2 large pincers, which normally lets them grapple 2 targets. You just completely just demolish one of the arms and make it completely useless. Just broken in so many places that it can only grapple 1 target now.
Section action. Alright.
I'm not sure how correctly that rolled. You put equals 2d10 plus 32?
Oh, I did mess that up.
Yeah, it looks like it only rolled the d6s and not the 32. You might just demolish this guy entirely. Wait, no, it did include the 32. It just didn't include the 2d10. So just roll 2d10.
Uh-oh. That's weird.
Alright, yeah. Bonk, you're no longer grappled.
As long as it was enough to kill.
Yay!
You knock one of his arms off with one of your blows, and he looks at you, just like still alive for a second. You just hold up a finger, like nope, and then he just falls over dead. Finally, the last little bit of damage comes through. Anything else, Drost, the buffed gnome? The buff gnome.
I will sob loudly and sit back down.
All right,
Just scream.
Nakareth.
I will. Can I just attempt to grapple Faye and pull them back into the light? out of the other thing's grip, or I don't know how that works, honestly.
I think how I would rule that is if you want to spend your action essentially making the escape DC for Faye, that could work. If that makes some sense, right? Because it would be Faye's action to try to break out. I feel like it would be a
Yeah.
lot to give you one action that would break Faye out and also pull Faye. So yeah, you could try to break out for Faye. I think that's fair. But
All right.
you'd need another source of grapple to get Faye to move again after that.
Okay, then I'll try to break her out. Because I don't like it when our healer's in danger. Where the fuck is my character sheet? You'd think I'd eventually get better at this system. Athletics.
It's okay. I only plan on running it for like 5 more sessions.
33.
33. Okay, that's more than enough. Faye is broken out of grappled.
All right, and she's within my 10-foot reach
Yes.
and
that's
everything,
nice.
so I'm going to stay in the light.
You can feel as you reach your astral arms, because your astral arms are still part of yourself. You reach them out into the darkness. It doesn't have a mechanical effect on you, but you can just feel the like oppressive darkness around your hands, the cold, like sapping feeling as you reach through it. So you can't imagine what Faye's going through right now, and you hope she gets out of there pretty quick. I guess you still have bonus action movement and all that if you want to use it.
No.
Alright. Fair enough.
I would have to. Oh, I'd have to enter a stance to bonus action dodge. Yeah, actually, I'll do that and then spend the key point.
I could do the rudest shit ever here, or I could not.
Uh-oh.
What do you guys think?
Do it.
Do it.
All
I
right.
mean,
So you ungrappled Faye from the one to the bottom left of Faye. The one that is
No.
directly under Faye is the one to go next in the turn order, and it has just been brought a tasty treat.
Son of a bitch.
I told you it was super rude, but I don't see why I would go for another target farther away from it. So
Yeah, I tried. It wasn't
natural
enough.
20. I have been rewarded for my dumbassery.
Good God.
A miss, and assuming a miss, a 16 on Faye. I think that's a miss. Faye would not get Leroy's bonus. At
That
this point.
would 16 is AC.
Okay, so that is a hit then. So to one hit and a crit. Let me roll some dice here. It's okay. 28 total damage on Faye.
Okay.
And Faye is grappled once again. But they only really want to keep Faye out of the light, so they're just going to keep Faye right there. They're not that smart to try and drag Faye away from Nakarth. Back up to Leroy, who I believe is actually concentrating on Fairy Fire. Is that correct? We'll just...
I don't think Fairy Fire is concentration.
It might not be. I just can't remember.
I think it's a pump and dump. But
it is
also,
concentration.
I shouldn't have been able to cast it in the first place because Leroy is silenced.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. We'll remove the status from this guy. So Leroy spent his turn trying to get the guy, but could not.
Exactly.
You know what? Faye should also be silenced. I didn't put that 2 and 2 together, but Faye cannot talk during this scene.
Multiple people have been silenced by the darkness.
So that fireball should never have happened, I don't think.
Uh-oh.
Does Faye have subtle spell?
Oh, let me check.
If so, you could just spend some extra points to... I don't
Nope.
see it.
I do not see it.
Okay. In one of those cases where that subtle spell comes in very handy. Okay. That's fine. I'm not going to refund the damage. It's too far back, but that's fine.
Okay,
We'll just keep it in
thank you.
mind for the future. We'll be alright. What is Leroy doing this turn, though?
Leroy's gonna unsling a rifle from his back.
Hell yeah. He is engaged by an enemy right next to him. So you can still do it.
If-
It'll just be disadvantage.
Is it disadvantage at that guy or disadvantage at anyone?
Disadvantage at anyone.
Well, then it just evens out because Leroy's got foresight.
True.
He's gonna take
So-
aim at the one that's grappling Faye.
All right. So Leroy does not have firearm proficiency, so just a dexterity check here. Again, so it should be built into the gun.
All right.
Oh, that is a hit.
Let's
It hits
go.
him with the jackal.
16 damage.
Bonk. Very good. Very good.
And then bonus action reload,
All right.
and I'll subtract a bullet.
Fires a single bullet, pops out the revolver chamber, puts that one bullet back in, ready to go. Seems like a ridiculous turn, but I like it. I like it. Unfortunately, Leroy is not allowed to rapid fire that trigger.
Nope.
All right. It's round 2, and these things are getting fed up with not being able to pull many of you out into the light, and not being able to hit even some of you. So this one here next to Carrick is going to reach its other claw that it's not grappling you with up towards your face, Carrick. I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Not the risk save.
Not the Riz save, no! I hit you with the Riz check. That is unfortunately a fail.
It's so hot.
Uh, as it pulls out its hand towards your face, and you almost feel like you feel like a coldness over your head, as it almost feels like there's a suction pulling you into its claw, and then it just, instead of you being pulled into it, it just like dives into you, and you are being possessed.
Oh no.
So while it is possessing you, it gains access to your statistics. It cannot be targeted by any effect while being possessed by you, or while possessing you. However, it does not gain access to your like class levels, proficiencies, anything like that, anything knowledge based. It does your physical stats. Yeah.
To be right back. I'm just gonna switch over to my PC because my laptop is having a hard time right now.
Okay. Fair enough. So that's its turn. Carrick is now possessed. Faye is up.
I legitimately do not know if... Actually, never mind. Faye's gonna disengage.
Okay.
Faye's not currently grappled, right?
Faye is currently grappled.
Oh, okay.
So first things first, though, at the start of Faye's turn, what we're gonna do here is essentially we're gonna borrow the 1D&D 6e, whatever the fuck you want to call it, exhaustion mechanic, and you're gonna gain 1 level of that, which is -1 to all of your rolls and your spell DC, and this will
Okay.
continue to scale upwards as the darkness around you begins to sap Faye's strength.
All right.
I can work out a mechanic thing for that.
Thank
later,
you.
But for now, we'll just keep that in mind that your rolls all have -1, your spell DC has a -1.
Can Faye shape change out of the grapple? The grapple costs 1 action.
To ungrapple, it would be an action to get out. Yeah.
Okay.
I think shape changing, you'd still be grappled. You would just change shapes.
Okay.
And grapple. Yeah.
I'll
Good thinking,
athletics to ungrapple.
Athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
The person grappling uses you because you go all wobbly in their grasp.
2 6s.
Faye scrambles and pushes and pulls and tries to get out of the claws, but cannot.
Right, 1 moment. Oh, Misty Step is verbal only. How about that?
How about that?
I don't think there's anything more Faye can do except mime help me.
Excellent.
Pass turn.
All right.
Faye is looking pretty beat up to all of you.
This Corey up here is going to try and drag Eli into the darkness again.
I need to be grappled first.
Yep, it rolled a natural 20
Oh no.
and a 14. Yes,
As a reaction, I'm gonna make you re-roll that natural 20.
will do. That's a 25 and a natural 2. So 1 hit, no crits. So you only take 11 points of bludgeoning, and it grapples you with its claw. And athletics check, Eli, please, as it's trying to pull you, scampering out into the darkness. Yeah, it rolled an 18. So together you go 1, 2 out into the dark. Carrick, you
Badge.
are possessed. So technically the quarry has control. It can't use your features. I think right now, Carrick, what happens on your turn is you are still aware of your surroundings, but you can't really do anything as your body is being completely taken over. You can still see what's happening. You're still feeling the sensations around you, but you're not in control at the moment until somebody, hopefully, tries to help you. I will say, Carrick, you probably, let's give you control over your facial expressions and voice is what you still have control over. So if you want to do something with that on your turn, you can.
Fair enough.
Until somebody helps you out of here.
I guess my actions will dictate my face.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So for now, you've just had this slimy quarry take over your body. That is the current situation. Cool. So moving on to Milos then. You just saw something crawl down Carrick's throat, and he's not looking so good. You may be muted.
I did it again, and I don't like whatever happened to Karek. I don't know if I can do anything about whatever happened to Karek. Yeah, I'm gonna say let's vibe it. Can I get close enough to Meko or Deco to deploy Meko?
Sure, right? I don't think that takes... Did we put a range in that? I don't know. I think it's just...
No, we didn't. But it's big.
Yeah, it's the huge, right?
Yeah, 3x3.
Okay, that works. Meko. We'll just do that for now. I'll fix the token at some point. I keep forgetting. But that's Meko.
All right. And that's my action, correct?
I think so.
Cool.
Neko does automatically break out of the grapple because this thing can only... It's no longer a valid grapple for this creature. It's too big.
I would like to try to grapple it back because Neko isn't happy.
All right, that makes sense.
Let's see. Ensnaring claws. It's just an attack roll. 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
Great. And then I have to try and grapple, right? I'm bad at the grapple rolls.
So with a grapple, you don't necessarily need to hit it. You just need to roll athletics, I believe, to try and grapple it. I think there's something new about that in the new system, but yes, it's just opposed athletics to try and grab it.
Okay, that works for me. Athletics.
It rolled a natural
25.
1. As Meko grows in size around it, it gets surprised. It looks up at you with its claws just up in the air in shock, and then it has no chance of resisting.
Grappled.
Yes, grappled. Yeah, they're not immune to grappled. Beep.
All right. And then Pat's turn.
Clemens.
I'm going to... where is it? Shock and grasp the quarry to my right.
All right. hit.
And then I am going to walk away from them both, taking an attack of opportunity from the one on the bottom
Okay.
to move over here.
The one on the bottom rolls a 19 to hit.
That will not hit.
Okay, that's good, because it would grapple you if it did hit, which would completely invalidate your movement.
Right. Going to shoot the quarry below Faye.
Alright. Oof. So just 15, I think?
That will be 5. Yep, 15 from that, and then I'm going to spend a fat spell slot on that.
Ooh. Oh, and before I forget, Meko does get the darkness thing at the start of their turn, being in the darkness. So let's.
I mean, they're partially in the light, right?
Only after their turn started.
Okay.
So that's -1 to spell DC in any roll they make, essentially.
Okay.
Plus 23 lightning. Oof, that was 4
Bonk.
ones.
And no longer grappled is Vey, as the thing grappling it has died.
Excellent. And that will be one more attack I can make, and so I'm going to shoot the other one below Faye.
All right. So just 10, looks like.
Just the 10. And 8 lightning, and that will be my turn.
All right. This one here is going to, again, shriek like it did last time and try to close in the light just a little bit more. I will give Clemens a dexterity saving throw here to try and stay in the light, if you wish, to move yourself a square over. Because it will be shrinking by 1 square here. Oops, that's too much. There we go. Yeah, that's certainly enough. So you manage to stay in the light as it shrinks just a little bit more. Barely a flicker now. As you're all being pressed back from these dark forces around you, but you've managed to kill a few of them and severely wound some others. This one here next to Faye. Yeah, it's just gonna try and grapple her again, I guess. 17 to hit. Miss, I'm sure, and then a 25 to hit.
Wait, was that for Faye?
Yeah, against Faye it was...
17 will hit.
Alright, so 2 hits, and Faye is grappled again. I'm sorry, Faye.
Yikes.
Rip Faye.
Hey, if it's any consolation, that's only 9 damage this turn. I rolled pretty low.
That's not so bad.
But Faye is still trapped in the darkness, which does suck.
Faye is looking considerably more hurt.
This one here is going to roam on up to... yeah, you know what? It's seen its friend try to scrape at Leroy's armor and fail a whole bunch. It's going to try and possess Leroy with a charisma saving throw from Leroy, please. The Riz save.
Oh boy. With advantage, cause...
Yes, that makes sense.
Dang. Unfortunately, Leroy's pretty rizzed up.
Leroy is pretty rizzed up, especially with all that
All rizzed
Hellfire
up on
Steel
the-
armor.
on
Leroy
the-
is not possessed. Eli, you have been dragged in the darkness. You now have 1 level of, we'll call it Blight. You have -1 on all of your rolls and on your spell DC.
Oh yikes.
It is the start of your turn.
Should I give myself exhaustion or like?
I'll work that out later. We'll just keep track of it at the end of the session. I'll mark it.
All right. Well, Eli only has 1 spell in his arsenal that he can fucking use. So he's gonna use it because he can see everybody now. And Eli's going to cast Psychic Scream.
Ooh.
All of them have to make intelligence saving throws.
And yeah, because it's psychic, it's not verbal. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, intelligence saves for all of them. That makes sense. Yeah, it's a pretty wide area, right?
It's a 90-foot radius from me, I believe. Or 90 feet from me.
Up to 10 creatures, which there are less than 10, so
Yeah.
you're good. Okay. Intelligence saves, I'm going to go top to bottom, left to right. You know what? So normally, a quarry that is possessing someone cannot be targeted by anything here. But because this is psychic, and it's a psychic possession, I'm going to allow it to hit the one that's inside Carrick as well.
Ayy.
I think that just makes some sense. Let's
Hell
overthrow
yeah.
this a little bit here. So starting top to bottom, left to right, we got, let's see, their intelligence bonus is that. Okay, a 12 fail. Pass. The one on Carrick fails. And then fail. Fail. Your DC is 18 now. I need to keep that in mind. Still a fail, though. Fail and... fail. Wow, only one passed. The one on the far left, the one that's been screaming to drop the lights down, has passed. Everyone else has failed.
They're all stunned and take full damage.
Sheesh.
And then the one that
Boom.
passed only takes half damage.
Boom.
And if they die, their heads explode.
Its head explodes,
Woo.
and Faye is no longer grappled.
Ooh.
Nice.
Boom. 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 Carrick is no longer possessed.
Fuck
Boom.
yeah.
And then these two are stunned.
8:30.
And
And the cat hasn't been fed, huh?
stunned. There we go. You've wiped out
Nice.
most of them with that one spell. Very good.
I mean, it is my level 9 spell, so.
Indeed. That's what level 9 spells should do.
But yeah, that's what you expect from a level 9 spell.
Sorry.
That's
yes,
my
back to your
turn.
Okay.
No, that's my turn.
Alright, this one down here is stunned. It spends its whole turn removing stunned, essentially. Trust.
Uh,
The Jack's gnome.
Well, no, if it's stunned, it has to make another saving throw
Oh, is it? Okay, I thought it was
at the end of
until
its
turn.
turn.
At the end of its turn, another saving throw. Intelligence. Thank you.
Yeah.
That one is an 18. She just passes now.
All right.
Not that it has much hope of living much longer, anyways. It looks extremely hurt. Yes, Joss's turn.
I have a question.
Yes.
Am I considered smaller or larger than Faye right now?
You know, you describe yourself as a gnome. Maybe
Yep.
you grew up to be a medium creature when you giant smited, because you would have room for that. Is that, or you could stay small. That's your choice. I guess. You would not be larger though, because you're capped out on a medium creature because you didn't have space to grow to be like giant smite full size.
I'm mostly wondering if I can grappling hook Faye back into the light.
Oh, I see. For that, I think there's a case in that for ties, right?
If you're larger, otherwise, if you're larger, it's pulled toward you. Otherwise, you are pulled towards it.
So you would be pulled towards Faye.
I'm not gonna do that.
Good try though. Good thought.
I am. Can I grapple someone out of someone else's grapple?
No, unfortunately, we did cover that in a little bit ago because that would be, I mean, it would be an
Yeah.
action normally for somebody to get out of a grapple. So allowing you one grapple that would essentially break them out of a grapple and grapple them would be kind of doubling down, which would be powerful. So you could run up to Eli and do a grapple to essentially break Eli out of the grapple, but you'd need to use another action or something to actually pull Eli again.
Alright. 1, 2, 3. The gnome is gonna just pull a shotgun out of its robes.
Excellent.
I'm a blasses, man.
Excellent. Dex save. I assume it's that shotgun. Ooh, it only
Yep.
rolled a 5. It is not very dexterous. Sheesh. Boom! Actually, I think it's stunned. I think it would fail the thing anyways, no matter what. So, yeah.
Excellent.
Hold on.
And then
I think it's. Oh, sorry. What's up, real quick?
It's not your turn yet, but it will be in a moment.
after that,
Oh,
I'm gonna just
45
jog
seconds.
back to my place.
All right.
I could grapple hook Eli.
Make me a wisdom save since you spent some of that turn in the darkness.
Yep.
And yes, you could grapple hook Eli.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me try that one more time.
All right, still a
Ah.
failure. You are afeared.
Can I pass that?
Possibly not. No, you cannot pass that.
All right.
Yeah, good to know. Cool. So you could grapple hook Eli if you have the action economy for it.
It's just a bonus action, so I can do it.
Excellent. So yeah, is there a roll involved? I forget the mechanics here.
If it's a creature, we follow grappling rules.
Okay, so I'd say Eli could probably willingly fail the athletics check here if Eli would like to.
Save me, Mr. No Man.
You sure you don't want to roll it?
I say silently.
we can roll it
So
if you want.
Are we establishing that the gnome is now a medium-sized gnome and it's just grown in size to be?
Yeah, let's
they
do
were
it.
a
It's just
jack
a
gnome and they just grew in height. Just
Mhm.
yeah.
it's just a medium-sized gnome now.
You ate the Mario mushroom and just boop, 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 and just yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Oh
perfect.
my gosh.
So since you are larger than Eli, Eli gets pulled to you. Yoink. There you go. Now it is Nakarat's turn.
I guess I will attack certain. I mean, when's Faye's turn? Yeah, I'll just attack the quarry in front of me. I'll step into the dark, attack it a few times, then step back.
All right, wisdom save as you step into the dark. But I'm sure you'll
Okay.
clear it. But
Wisdom, save, advantage,
yeah,
26.
That's a pass. You are not afraid.
Yeah. Walk into the valley of the shadow of death, yada yada. No. And then, oh, what the fuck? Oh, there we go. Then I'll attack this dude in front of me 3 times.
Pop, pop, pop,
So,
as they say.
Pop,
Yeah.
pop.
advantage, advantage.
3 hits.
Awesome. May as well spend 3 kick points. Slash. Roll. 3, 6, 7. D10 plus 15. 61 points of damage.
Boom. Oop, I healed it instead of damaging it. That's okay, though. It was already at max health, so it did nothing. Bonk. Alright, anything else, Nakara?
Nope.
Alright. Whoop, back to Leroy.
Oh shit, that's me.
Oh shit. New character who dis?
Can't spells. Gun.
Gun.
Alright. We're gonna attack that one in the bottom right.
I want to see Leroy hit the crit on the jackal at least once. Just to proc that effect one time ever.
No way that's with advantage.
That's a miss, unfortunately. Leroy tries to aim the gun, finishes putting in the extra bullet from last round, points the gun out, completely whiffs.
Reload.
Excellent.
Rip.
Faye's turn. Faye gains now 2 levels of Blight.
Faye is going to stagger back into the light,
Fair enough.
and I think that's all Faye can do.
Faye is very quiet and now probably slightly traumatized by the darkness.
1,000-yard stare, definitely.
Yes. Carrick, you no longer are possessed. You're back to yourself.
All right.
Oh, you're no longer grappled either, I guess.
Carrick is gonna run on over to the other enemy that he sees.
Wisdom saving throws, you step into the darkness.
Bravely running through the darkness.
Oh, right, the darkness.
You could.
Your old friend.
As long as you roll high, you don't get afraid, but...
You know what? I'm gonna try it anyways. Fuck it.
Alright.
Nope.
You are afraid.
I'm scared.
You're scared. So technically then, you would get up about here, and then you can no longer willingly move in the direction of your fear. Which, the fear is the darkness, so I think you can only legally move into the light. Potentially. I know that sucks, but... You step out in the
Dude.
darkness, you feel that cold darkness around you, and you're like, nope.
Fuck that.
Yeah. So if you have something ranged, you might be able to still do the stuff here, but yeah.
You know, range isn't usually my thing.
These things both look very weak, if that helps in your decision making.
Nah, I got some.
Yeah, on the scale of, you know, bloodied, spicy, whatever, all the way down the line, these guys are within a single cantrip takes them out range. that is the scale of health they have remaining.
Oh, that bad. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna do something cool, but I'll save it.
I mean, you could still do something cool, but yeah. It's up to you.
Might be a little excessive.
Just giving you the narrative.
Nah, I'll save that slot.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'll attack the one to the left.
All right. Yep, that hits. Boom, headshot. All right,
All right, and that'll be my turn.
Milos, your cat Meko currently is playing with a cat toy. What are you doing?
Force empowered round.
I'm imagining this giant cat just doing that like little dive with two paws thing that cats do, but it's a giant cat, so it like shakes the room. That's certainly a hit.
All right. 12 force damage.
It gets pancaked and just splatters onto the floor and then evaporates. And y'all are now out of combat. Neko does take another level of blight.
All right.
So just
Do I
keep
get a
track
coin?
of who has that. All right. So you have taken care of the Cory that were plaguing the stream. Dross, your character was the Dreamer. You're essentially still synchronized with the Dreamer here. And the Dreamer probably feels really strange thinking, wow, I went to sleep tonight and I faced my fears and pulled out a fucking gun. I've never seen a gun before, but I understand a gun now, I guess. Yeah, so they're very much in a strange state of mind at the moment. You feel like this dream won't last much longer, but you all have a minute here in the dwindling, flickering light. What are you all doing?
Clemens begins to try to say something inspiring, and then, like, the moment before the punchline of her monologue, she just pauses for an awkwardly long time before finishing, because that was what I rolled. That is all.
Clement says, I may be stupid. Cuts off there for a bit.
Eli reaches out to Faye in like an attempt to heal her, and then stupidly like pauses and just smacks himself on the head like, oh my god, I'm so dumb, I can't talk right now.
Several of the party members have just inexplicably been unable to talk. Unfortunate.
Literally can't even right now.
Never tell me the odds.
Sorry, Faye.
Several of you are still terrified of the darkness. But however that factors into your role playing.
Uh,
Little no man is still shaking.
Well, Nakarth would do his best to, guide you through stillness of mind to get rid of your fear. A little bit of group therapy to get everyone through this.
Milos, do you pull Neko back into the square?
Yeah,
Okay, I was gonna say 'cause
yeah,
that would
it
be ticking.
box up Meko.
All right, cool.
There you
Could I uh use counter charm with my dulcimer?
Sure, absolutely.
That just gives friendly creatures advantage on saving throws against being frightened. I know they're already frightened, but like maybe it helps a little. I don't know.
Yeah, makes sense. So between that and Nakarth with the stillness of mind, you have like the shared stillness of mind thing, right? We worked on that.
That stance.
Right.
I'll join in too.
I think I can do, what was it, 5 people at a time?
All right. So yeah, you can clear some fear off of people, but unfortunately, several of you still feel like this dark blight is clinging to you.
Very cloying, very oppressive.
Yes, there's just something about it. There's it's like part of you has just been drained a little bit. You're not exactly sure how to recover that at the moment, but yes. So for each level of it, it's -1 to basically everything you do, including your spell DC, which is pretty rough. Some of you have multiple levels, so that's extra rough.
I did not get blighted, right?
No, just afraid. The blight was if you started your turn in the darkness.
Gotcha.
Faye says, "Give me some more blight," and runs off into the darkness. Looks like.
Oops, all blight.
Faye bathes in the darkness.
Molded by the
There's, maybe part of the reason Clemens had an awkward pause is haste ending, and you just get stunned for a second there.
That's probably it. Just get slammed every molecule of my body by the worst crash of all time.
Yeah, then you just sitting there in this silence instead of only 6 seconds passing. It's longer or something. I don't know. Anyone else get some fun little dream traits they haven't gone through yet?
Oh, this place is depressing. Let me see if I can light it up.
All right, so what do you want to change it to?
A nice, beautiful, sunny day. Same place, just a really nice sunny day.
All right. That sounds good. So, same place, but it's a sunny day. And it's the same place makes sense here. The sun has risen. This jacked gnome, whose name we do not know, has obviously something terrible has happened here. And despite everything being bright and sunny outside, this chapel you all stand in has been burned to the ground. Very recently, it appears. This is not something that happened a long time ago. And this gnome, as Dross described them, appears to be some sort of priest. Is that correct? Or some sort of cleric?
Yeah.
Right. Well, the Kori were all whispering to you that they knew what you had done. They knew what you were, and so on and so forth. So the sun rising on this place probably just brings an extra little twinge of guilt to this poor gnome as he can see even more clearly the results of what he has done. But at least it's bright and sunny for the rest of you.
Eli looks around now that it's bright and sunny, and just like has a confused face and just thinks to himself, "Where the fuck is Drost?"
Maybe the light can help me find whatever's making this obnoxious buzzing sound.
Oh, that happened to me in the last dream. It's annoying.
I'm sorry this place is so strenuous on all of you.
Oh, it's just really dark. Well, it was. I guess not so much anymore.
I mean, it hasn't been too bad here, but like the last stream, the buzzing noise was annoying. I mean, you can't say it was anything worse than that.
Well, I just hope that eventually the hospitality here can be made better.
That's the goal.
I liked the subtle flex of, I'm sorry this place is so strenuous on all of you.
It's very
Yeah.
different.
I mean, it's literally, I'm like, I'm sorry, my home sucks.
I know, it's just funny. Like, I'm sorry I'm just so strong and I can just do this myself and you're all having such struggles with it.
I'm sorry I was not able to prepare you all mentally for this. I tried.
Funny.
Only Big Walt were here.
Big Walt is here.
Big Walt's right there.
Autoplay.
Big Walt will
If
forever
only
be
Big
with
Walt
us.
was here with us verbally.
Yeah,
Big Walt
exactly.
just nodding solemnly.
Big Walt lives in the hearts of each and every one of us.
Truly, we are all Big Walt on this blessed day.
The answer was Big Walt all along.
It's kind of perfect that Big Walt is the center of the light shining all around you at the moment.
Oh.
When Faye ascends to godhood, that is going to be the god's name, Big Walt.
Big Walt.
Big Walt, the Godhead.
All hail but Big Walt.
Said in the same way as Steve Holt.
God of the forests, Big Walt.
The Big Walt in the sky.
All right. See, you can feel that the stream is coming to a close here. This poor gnome who has clearly done something very wrong, whether it was a mistake or intentional, we do not know. But they clearly feel a lot of guilt about it. We've had this terrifying dream where they were tormented, but then they fought the fear that was facing them. They literally faced their fears and shot it in the face with a shotgun. And then the sun rose. So they're probably feeling at least a little better after the stream. And I can't think of any other way for the stream to end than, yes, the sun rising, you all having this brief discussion around this church, and then the darkness around you again in the distance, closing in like a wall, like the world around you is beginning to disappear into nothing. Slowly at first, and then faster and faster, until all that remains is the flickering light above you, which soon blinks out. And you are moved along to the next stream. The first thing you notice is the sound and the smell of rain all around you, just stirring up things in the soil and the grass all around you. It's not a thunderstorm, but it's heavy, heavy rain. You're walking through a gravel path. Trudging is probably more accurate. Your walk is not particularly enthusiastic or energetic. There's a slowness to it, a methodicalness to it. You're heading to something, but not particularly loving the thought of getting there. You're walking through a graveyard. Your clothes are drenched as you have not properly prepared yourselves for the rain, but still, you walk, looking at the gravestones around you. Yes? Sorry?
Nope.
Okay. Didn't know
sorry.
question. Okay. You're walking through, looking at the gravestones around you, and the person dreaming probably sees something very different from you all here. The person dreaming clearly is seeing the names of people that once were close to them. You feel this distant sadness. These graves don't appear to be recent. This is not a funeral. There's no one else here. But each and every grave here appears to have been someone personal to the dreamer. Memories from a long, long time ago. Most of these people appear to be friends, not family. And you gather that this dreamer is an elf, extremely long-lived, but lived among humans. And most of the people they know are now long dead, and they've come back to visit their graves. But you all don't see the names of these people on the tombstones. You all see the names of people close to you. Perhaps other party members. Perhaps your pets. Perhaps your own loved ones. The stronger the bond you hold to a person in your life, the earlier in the graveyard they have shown up in this dream. As this person slowly trudges from grave to grave, pausing in front of each one, perhaps saying a quick prayer, perhaps bowing down before one, to just sit there solemnly for a little bit before getting up and moving on. I think we'll end a little early for tonight. I know that's an unfortunate note to end on, but instead of rolling our manifestation traits for this stream this time, we'll do it next time. Unless you want to roll them early, we can leave them in the chat, I guess. That's up to you.
I
But
want to know.
If you want to know, that's fair. If you want to know, we could roll them this time. So, anyone? I guess everyone roll me wisdom saving throw.
I don't think I'm ever gonna beat
Yeah,
this.
if you
No, I'm
cannot
never gonna
pass,
beat
the DC
this.
is 21. So if you cannot
Oh,
roll
I'll
a
never.
21,
I'll never
don't
pass
bother.
that.
All right, going down the list.
I'm not gonna roll for Leroy.
Okay. Because
Actually, I
Leroy
can roll
can't,
the
or
save. I can roll the save. I can roll the save.
okay. So it looks like Nakarath passes again. Looks like everyone else fails. Are we missing any rolls?
To be fair, I did fail and have to re-roll this time.
Ah, okay, fair enough. Spent a key point on it or whatever.
Yeah, Diamond Soul.
Makes sense. So you skipped Trost, right? Because you just can't pass it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So let's see what
Oh,
we got for
everyone's
next
getting
time.
buzzing noise.
A lot of
That's
buzzing noise in this
spooky.
graveyard.
We have alerted the bees.
Yeah, something is wrong here. Yeah, it's I would expect the buzzing noise sounds like electronic, probably more than like bees. Like there's just something, like a disconnected audio cable with a noise on the line or something. Or the sound of like dirty power in an audio system. That kind of hum, which is extra strange because Eberron probably doesn't have anything really like that, being so magical. Okay, so we have Eli as a completely different character. Maybe Eli becomes this elf? Question mark. Unless you want to be something completely different, I guess that's always an option. But it's cool if you become the dreamer. Phase, yeah, buzzing. Malus is gonna monologue about stuff in the sad graveyard. That'll be fun. And
To be or
much
not
buzzing.
to be, poor Yorick.
And I guess I can just show y'all a brief just preview of the graveyard you'll be in, and this is where we'll pick up from next time.
Ooh.
I like it.
Ooh.
Yes,
Nice.
It's dark.
It is very dark here. It is stormy above. There are no lights here. The elf has dark vision, but you don't. So, Lamau, hope someone casts light or something next time. Does anyone want to establish casting light real quick? I guess we can just do that.
All right, I need to get rid of my dark vision for this
Oh.
token too.
And if everyone
Boom.
with blight could just drop in chat how many stacks of blight they have so I can remember.
Was that from the darkness?
Yes.
Faye had 3. I don't think Clemens had any.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, blight 3. Anyone want to cast light for those without dark vision?
I have light. I do. I'm a cast light.
Or what are you going to cast it on?
I'll cast it on my dulcimer.
All right. Is that 30-30? 30 dim 30 or 30
20
by 30?
foot sphere. Bright light in a 20-foot radius, and dim light for an additional 20 feet. So
Guys, 2020.
2020. 40 total.
There we go. Now the rest of you should be able to see. At least a little bit. All right. So we will end a little early after all then. We'll pick up next time with you all starting out in this graveyard and being able to walk around and see what's going on here. Experience the dreariness of this dream. But I'll bring us back to
These are
anything
sad
now.
dreams for people to be having.
Well, you're getting closer to the center of Dalcor, where more negative emotions are stronger. That's part of that. Unfortunately for y'all and for the dreamers.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Thank you. I'll get this episode uploaded as soon as I can.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your gaming.
Thank you for running.
playing.
Thank you.
Good night.
Catch y'all later.